Right now at 5, severe weather is on the way. We'll tell you when and where to expect it.
And the Diocese of La Crosse welcomes a new bishop.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. We've got some severe weather on the way, so we're going to send it right over to Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart for a look at our forecast. Greg.
Yeah, we definitely have severe weather. The good news is you're not going to see any of it this evening or probably part of the night. So no problems with this evening's activities, but it's tomorrow. We have several rounds potentially for severe thunderstorms, wind, hail, probably the big thing, still tornadoes, and don't forget the heavy rain threat. I think that could be the main threat actually going into a lot of things. This is what we're looking at tomorrow. We're actually in enhanced risk, which is 305. This is for tomorrow, really tomorrow evening, when we could see the main threat. It gets better as you go further south, or worse, I would say, less as you go further north. But enhanced, we don't get this too often in this area. Right now, there are no watches out for tonight. It's going to be fairly quiet. We have no flood watches out for the area. There are some further west, and that gives you an indication that we might be seeing more of that as we go on. But right now, really, skies, just cloud cover off and on. We had the morning showers and thunderstorms, but right now we got back up into the 70s. It's going to be a fairly quiet, even 80s to the west, fairly quiet evening. As we time it out, it's not really until about 2 a.m. we start seeing some of the activity of one batch from the west approach Eau Claire. It's more about 3 to 4. We start seeing some activity approach La Crosse. This doesn't pose too much of an issue other than some gusty winds, small hail, and heavy rain. But then the rain really becomes a factor as we go towards the morning commute as we go south to La Crosse. So later on, we'll kind of break down the timing of the afternoon activity, which is where the potential is for severe going in the evening commute, and then what the weather looks like going into your Wednesday. All that coming up a bit later in the broadcast.
All right. Thank you very much, Greg. Search efforts continue for a kayaker who went missing in Winneshiek County on Sunday.
Authorities say they were contacted Sunday about a 39-year-old male kayaker who was missing. His last known location was on the Upper Iowa River near the Freeport area around 6 p.m. Saturday. Investigators found a capsized kayak and several other items belonging to the missing man just below the upper dam. The man hasn't been located yet, and the search efforts continue. Anyone with information about this situation should call the Winneshiek County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen.
A Norwalk man is dead after a Thursday morning crash on State Highway 71. According to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, at about 4:30 a.m., 2 people were driving north on 71 past a roundabout at State Highway 16 when they left the roadway on the west side, continued through a ditch and onto Hardwood Road. Their vehicle left the roadway again and struck a tree head-on. 56-year-old Greg Weibel of Norwalk was the passenger in the vehicle. He was taken to the hospital by ambulance, where he later died. The driver was also injured in the crash, but declined medical attention. That crash still under investigation.
The Diocese of La Crosse is celebrating the installation of a new bishop today.
Bishop Gerard William Battersby is the 11th bishop to preside over the diocese since its founding in 1868. He succeeds Bishop William Callahan, who announced his retirement back in March.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall was at the ceremony. Jeremy, we're hearing it drew quite the crowd.
Emily, that's correct. It was definitely quite the crowd. Folks from all over the state today came to downtown La Crosse to see the installation of the new bishop of the Diocese of La Crosse, Gerald Battersby. And folks who I spoke to who came from all over Wisconsin say it was worth every mile to see him become the 11th bishop of the Diocese of the city since the diocese erection began more than 150 years ago. David Alcott came all the way from Marshfield to welcome the new bishop.
It's a special event to have a new bishop. It's maybe once in a lifetime thing for me. I don't think I'll go to another one.
Battersby is the 11th bishop of the Diocese of La Crosse. The 64-year-old grew up in Michigan and served as auxiliary bishop at the Archdiocese of Detroit before Pope Francis named him to replace Bishop William Callahan, who announced his retirement back in March.
It was a surprise for me, but also a great joy to accept this. And I just ask the people for their prayers and support.
While Bishop Battersby might be new to La Crosse, he's no stranger to the clergy.
I know Bishop Battersby. We lived in Rome together a couple years, and I think he's going to be a really great leader for us.
Sikowski never thought his former roommate would be the bishop of the Diocese of La Crosse.
It probably never crossed my mind. No, but I'm happy.
Bishop Battersby accredits the grace for God.
He has sent me here to La Crosse as part of his care and love for the people of La Crosse and the people of Wisconsin. So it really fills my heart.
And guys, it doesn't end there. St. Joseph the Workman Cathedral will host a priest ordination on Saturday, June 1st. They will select one of its deacons to be the next newest and youngest priest of the diocese. Live in La Crosse, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Jeremy.
The La Crosse Regional Airport has a new director. At tonight's Aviation Board meeting, members approved the hiring of Jeffrey Tripp. This comes after former airport director Ian Turner resigned from the position in early January. Lauren Koss was serving as interim director until someone could be hired for the job. Tripp is currently the airport manager at Cottonwood Municipal Airport down in Arizona.
Minnesota's 2024 legislative session came to a close last night, but it wasn't without chaos. Lawmakers found themselves in a shouting match in the final hours. This led to a number of key measures on the DFL majority's agenda not getting passed. Lawmakers failed to legalize sports betting in the state, and an equal rights amendment that would have enshrined protections for abortion and LGBTQ+ rights in the state constitution failed to get final approval. Republicans ended the session extremely frustrated, but Democrats say they did what needed to be done.
This is the biggest disappointment. I just feel gross coming off that Senate floor today. The abuse of the rules, the unconstitutional bills that are coming off of there.
They also knew exactly what they were doing when they spoke for hours and hours on things and told stories about their families, didn't talk about the bills at all. It was a deliberate effort to block progress.
Now, as far as what passed, millions in aid for emergency services did pass. Lawmakers also passed new regulations for the new cannabis market and tougher penalties for straw gun purchasers. And a new statewide minimum pay for rideshare drivers also passed.
An Eau Claire author announced he's running for Wisconsin's 93rd Assembly District this morning. Fall Creek resident Nicholas Butler is running for the state assembly as a Democrat. He grew up in Eau Claire and after graduating from UW-Madison and the University of Iowa, moved back to rural Eau Claire County with his wife and 2 kids. Butler says he's running so he can work with other leaders to stabilize health care in the region, protect shared natural resources, and aid local voting systems.
Research shows 20% of teens faced clinical depression last year.
How a new app hopes to help treat those symptoms.
Get ready to witness the thrill of the chase. Ramlinger Collector Car Auctions invites you to join the excitement. Save the dates, May 31st and June 1st in Winona, Minnesota. Experience the electrifying atmosphere as classic cars go under the hammer. Visit RamlingerAuctions.com to learn more and secure your spot. Be part of the action. Be part of the crowd. Join us and be part of the excitement at Ramlinger Collector Car Auctions, where passion meets performance. Visit RamlingerAuctions.com for more details.
I would like to tell you about the man I love, Eric, who is running for the U.S. Senate. A fourth-generation Wisconsinite, he started his first business in his 20s and then built and turned around over a dozen companies, creating thousands of good-paying jobs. He believes in the American dream, and he wants it to be possible for everyone. Above all, Eric is a man of integrity. These are the qualities I want in a U.S. Senator to fight for Wisconsin. How about you?
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
It's Buzzy's Home Furnishings Best for Less Memorial Day event. Hurry in for huge savings on all mattress purchases. Save up to $800 on adjustable mattress sets from top-rated brands like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. With the best-selling prices of the year on our top-selling Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, save big. Free local delivery and setup plus interest-free financing options available. Come see what the buzz is all about at the family-owned and operated Buzzy's Home Furnishings in Viroqua today.
Are you ready to build your future? Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor is hiring and wants you to apply. Starting wage for laborers up to $18 per hour with a $2,500 hiring bonus. No experience but a great attitude? Then apply today. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
Spring is here, The grass is getting green and the flowers are blooming. And along with that comes the rain. Hi, Andrew Larson here from Larson Home Services. When's the last time someone inspected your roof, giving you the peace of mind that your roof was good to go for another year? At Larson Home Services, we'll give you a free 16-point inspection letting you know the true condition of your roof. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Teenagers are experiencing higher rates of depression than ever before.
But as Dr. Malika Marshall reports, a simple smartphone app could help treat a common symptom.
2020 was an especially tough year for 16-year-old Avery Whitehead. With pandemic stress plus his parents separating, he was losing interest in activities he used to love, including sports.
I just kind of wanted to, just sit and do nothing.
20% of teenagers have experienced clinical depression in the past year, twice as many girls as boys, and the problem has only gotten worse over the past 10 years. Christian Webb, a researcher at McLean Hospital and Harvard Medical School who studies teen depression, says a common symptom is rumination, having repetitive negative thoughts that focus on the past.
I'd always look back and just think negatively about myself or about actions or decisions I made.
Finding a child therapist is near impossible for many parents. So Webb and his team have partnered with Headspace to see if the mindfulness app can help teens with rumination. In an NIH-funded trial, volunteers, including Avery, performed different mindfulness exercises daily for a month, including breathing.
The reason to focus on your breathing is that the breath is in the present moment. It's in the here and now. It's not tomorrow. It's not yesterday. And so it's a useful anchor.
While the study is ongoing, Webb says there have been some initial findings.
Girls and older adolescents are more likely to benefit in the short term from using these apps. And in the longer term, teens that are struggling with rumination, that is repetitive negative thoughts about the past, are more likely to benefit from the app.
Avery says he's back to himself and back to playing sports, and still uses some of the skills he learned from the study.
If I would start to ruminate, I'd be able to stop myself and then just have a better day overall.
And a better outlook on life. Dr. Malika Marshall, CBS News, Belmont, Massachusetts.
And that study is still recruiting teenage volunteers between the ages of 13 and 19.
For the second spring in a row, Canada is battling several large wildfires, and some of that smoke is once again drifting south.
Thousands of Canadians are under evacuation orders, with several fires having been deemed out of control.
The smoke, which contains harmful pollutants, is lowering the air quality in parts of the U.S. While it's still nowhere near the dangerous levels seen last summer, health experts say we can now expect this regularly because of climate change.
Doctors recommend staying indoors as much as possible during times of poor air quality because the risks can be severe for everyone.
Having increased rates of bronchitis and asthma, wheezing, having itchy, irritated eyes, but also your lungs are the conduit between the air outside and your bloodstream. And so those particles get into your bloodstream and they can cause heart attacks, they can cause strokes, they can, in the long run, cause increased risks of lung cancer. And so there's a lot of risks to having all of the smoke in the air.
A study from the journal Nature out last fall found globally more than 2 billion people are exposed to at least one day of wildfire smoke each year. That's a nearly 7% increase in the last decade.
Honda issues a recall for thousands of its trucks.
The reason for the recall and what you need to do to stay safe on the roads.
And we definitely have the severe potential tomorrow, several rounds of it, but also some heavy rain that may lead to some flooding too. We'll kind of time out the storms, show you when to expect the heaviest rain and what the next few days afterwise looks like. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Ashley's Memorial Day sale is going on now. Shop our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Plus, get 0% interest for 60 months with no minimum purchase on all in-store purchases. Only at Ashley. Shop more deals in-store and online.
I'm Dr. Anna, an OBGYN from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I was trained at UW-Madison for my undergraduate and for medical school. I'm a Badger through and through. Delivering a baby is one of the best parts of my job. One of the hardest parts of my job is giving a woman heartbreaking news that her baby has no chance of survival and giving them the option of having an abortion. Politicians like Donald Trump shouldn't be getting in between me and my patients, denying them options that would potentially save their life. Trump bragged about overturning Roe v. Wade.
We terminated Roe v. Wade.
My patients are worried. They're asking me, what are my options right now, and will I have access to birth control in the future? What is he going to try to take away next? If Trump was reelected, it would be devastating for women's health care.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Menards carries a great selection of Larson storm doors that come in a variety of styles and finishes, so you can find the perfect one for your home. The split view storm door allows for maximum natural light while providing easy ventilation with its retractable screen. Get this Lakeview split view storm door for only $319.99 after 11% rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Ashley's Memorial Day mattress sale is going on now. Save big on adjustable mattress sets from Beautyrest Black, Purple, and Tempur-Pedic. Plus, get 0% interest for 72 months with select in-store mattress purchases for better sleep and savings. Visit your local Ashley store or ashley.com.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Some Honda drivers need to take a trip to the dealer.
Yeah, more than 187,000 Honda Ridgeline trucks have been recalled due to a rear view camera issue. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says in certain cold, wintry weather conditions, electric wiring tied to the camera might fatigue or break.
Honda says it's gotten just over 400 claims related to the issue as of earlier this month, though so far there are no reports of any related injuries or deaths.
The recall is in effect for Honda Ridgeline pickup trucks with model years 2020 through 2024.
Felt a little bit more humid today.
Oh, very definitely.
Yeah, I didn't get to be out as much.
My hair's a little flattened today because of it.
Oh, and I was still recovering. I stayed indoors most of the morning today after 5.5 straight hours of tennis.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Shout out Rob for being my teammate. But Greg, we're going to get some severe weather later this week.
Yeah, it's really going to be Tuesday is going to be probably the most severe potential, at least the highest we've seen in quite a long time. But it's also the heavy rain potential too that we'll have to keep an eye on. It all really starts later tonight through tomorrow morning and then finishes up probably tomorrow evening. Multiple rounds of severe thunderstorms. Right now the main focus is further south you go. The main threat, I think, as we'll get to it, wind. But for tonight, tomorrow morning, it's really just a limited threat, really. The main threat still is to the west. I think the threat will be more of heavy rain, but we could see some gusty winds, maybe small hail, but that's not really the main one. As we go into tomorrow afternoon, that's when it gets a little bit more elevated just because of the wind threat, I think will be the main thing. And I'll show you what we're indicating that a line will come through potentially during the evening commute hour. Could pose a tornado threat, but I think damaging wind is the biggest one. Right now for flood-wise, it's out to the west for a flood watch, and that's for flash flooding. I think we may see more counties added on to this potentially with how things line up for tomorrow. For tonight, it's really not till after we get to about 10, we start seeing really this area begin to kind of form. One large area begins to lift to the northeast. So around 2, you'll see a piece of this approach Eau Claire, kind of stretched down towards La Crosse maybe, but then that'll come through. Another piece too, several up there will pass through, but by the time we get to 405, I think that's when La Crosse will start seeing some more activity. But then notice the one large complex of thunderstorms to the southwest in Iowa. That's the one to keep an eye on for as it lifts northeast. That heavy rain potential is something to keep an eye on. Through 6, we'll start seeing it expand into the area, especially south of I-90. And then throughout the morning hours, really heavy rain potential to the south. We could have some embedded stronger storms with this, but I think generally it's going to be a rain threat. It'll push through. We'll start seeing maybe a break as we go towards noon. It'll be more hit and miss showers and maybe a storm, but a lot of it will push off to the northeast. Then towards the afternoon, we'll start seeing a hit and miss storms, maybe a few lines developing. It really depends on what goes on in the morning. Maybe even some peaks of the sun as the winds begin to turn south, but then tension turns to about 4 to 5. Here's that line that'll quickly approach, and you can see that bow-type shape to it, indicating that it's going to be racing to the northeast, and that's going to be the wind threat. Now, the leading edge of this could have a little bit of a few tornadoes spin up fairly quickly with it. We'll keep an eye as that comes through, but between 5 and 7, it's going to race through the area. By the time we get to 7 p.m., it's already east of I-94. We'll have more development potentially behind it, but the focus will be on that line. And then as we go to 8 p.m., you notice there's your low to the west. We got kind of dry air kind of lifting through the area, so a few showers or maybe storms throughout after 8, but a lot of areas will remain dry with a few showers continuing through the overnight hour, but that'll be the end of the severe threat once we hit about 8 as the low begins to push east. Here's the enhanced risk. Since they started doing the enhanced risk probably about 2007, this is about the 8th time we've actually seen it that high. So it is rare to see it this far north, but something to keep in mind. Here's the rain amounts, potentially 3 to 5 in certain areas. This could change, but that's why I'm really focusing on south of La Crosse into northeast Iowa for flooding threats, because it's multiple rounds that it could come through. So we'll keep an eye on that too, but like I said, it's going to be a stormy, wet period tomorrow as that line comes through. So overnight, the rain will come in after 2, maybe after 4 for La Crosse. Heavy at times as we get towards the morning commute. Then tomorrow, it's a little bit of rain and showers in the morning. We'll have a break maybe in the afternoon, and then the evening is when we're going to keep an eye on for that line to come through. Temperatures getting up into the 70s. Once we get past Tuesday, Wednesday, breezy conditions but dry for a couple days, and then we have another system coming through Friday through Saturday, which once again could be some severe thunderstorms with that one too. And then for Memorial Day weekend, on and off showers. Doesn't look like an all-day washout. Temperatures in the mid-70s, so definitely be prepared for a stormy Tuesday coming out.
A lot to monitor.
Yes,
Thank you, Greg. A 90-year-old fulfills a decades-long dream.
The out-of-this-world story after this.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now This Morning, May is Military Appreciation Month. We'll talk with 2 members of the Wisconsin National Guard about why it's important to give back to those who served.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Bygoff and Rohde had your back then, and we have your back now. We've been Wisconsin's personal injury powerhouse for over 50 years. Bygoff and Rohde, serious injuries need serious lawyers.
When it comes to your business, off is not an option. Off means time and money lost. To move forward and grow, you need to be on time, on budget, so you can come out on top. Batteries Plus has the national scale to fulfill all your battery and power needs, and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business. Visit one of our 700+ stores today.
Asher Laston Exteriors is committed to craftsmanship, innovation, and outstanding customer service as Western Wisconsin's trusted retractable awning and solar screen experts. Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens protect you from the harsh sun. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Save up to 22% with 0 down and no interest or payments for up to 18 months with Sonesta retractable awnings, brought to you by Asher Laston Exteriors.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth, towing up to 4,000 pounds, cutting millions of blades of grass. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Conquer every task on your list. Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
Bygoff and Rohde. We've been Wisconsin's personal injury powerhouse for over 50 years, and we have the #1 personal injury attorney in Eau Claire. Bygoff and Rohde. Serious injuries need serious lawyers.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A 90-year-old has become the oldest man to go into space.
Ed Dwight was a top Air Force test pilot and trained to become NASA's first black astronaut 60 years ago, but was denied the chance back then.
Well, Sunday morning, Dwight finally accomplished his mission aboard Blue Origin's new Shepard rocket. He says his call sign for the flight, Justice, is for all the people who supported him over the years.
And here's a grand opportunity at this late date to fulfill that for self-satisfaction, yes, but more importantly, to satisfy all the wonderful people that have showered me with love for all these years.
Now, the 90-year-old ended up in a far different career, first as a businessman and then as an artist, sculpting nearly 20,000 pieces.
Dwight beats out actor William Shatner as the oldest person ever to fly in space and says he's not finished yet. He wants to go into orbit next time.
Man.
Well, I guess it's never too late to start a new hobby.
Right? And can I just say, for 90 years old, he looks fantastic.
He looks great, yeah. Good spirit. Like, I'm 90 years old, I'm gonna get back up there.
Right back
One
up there.
would be enough for me.
Oh, yeah, totally.
0 would be enough, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know
honestly.
if I'd do that,
Yeah, he's a brave man.
Very brave man.
All
Well,
right,
good for him. All right, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast after the break.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. So get your summer started off right with amazing Memorial Day savings throughout the store. Like these 50-foot Woods extension cords, just $12.99. This new Charbroil gas grill, only $189.99. Assorted Milk-Bone, canine carryouts, and pepperoni dog treats as low as $4.99. And Rewards members get free same-day local delivery on all pet supply orders of $49 or more. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Are you in need of a new water heater? Here at Maxwell White, we offer the best solutions for homeowners in La Crosse and the surrounding areas. Being the best means installing the best. Our American-made Bradford White water heaters can revolutionize your home and give you the home comfort you've always wanted. Contact Maxwell White today to find out how a professionally installed Bradford White water heater is right for your home. Our expert technicians will answer all of your questions and find the best possible solution for you. Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
It's Buzzy's Home Furnishings Best for Less Memorial Day event. Hurry in for huge savings on all mattress purchases. Save up to $800 on adjustable mattress sets from top-rated brands like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. With the best-selling prices of the year on our top-selling Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, save big. Free local delivery and setup plus interest-free financing options available. Come see what the buzz is all about at the family-owned and operated Buzzy's Home Furnishings in Viroqua today.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Knutson Roofing, locally owned with 18 years of experience to get your project done right the first time. Whether it's roofing, window, or siding installation, we offer reliable, dependable, and quality work we stand behind. Knutson Roofing. Call or visit us online today.
Give us some of that.
Hi, E.T.
E.T.
Only on E.T.
Weeknights at 6:30 on News 8.
All right, we have storms. It won't come until probably about 1 to 2. We'll start seeing some of it approach La Crosse or Eau Claire. I think the real activity throughout the night will start forming in northeast Iowa, and that's where going towards the morning commute, you could see some showers and thunderstorms and heavy rain potential. I think will be the bigger threat tonight. Tomorrow, it's really the evening activity. We'll keep a line of showers and thunderstorms, severe potential of that. Once we get past 8 p.m., everything should quiet down for Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
In the meantime, keep it on that First One weather app for the latest.
Absolutely. We'll see you at 6.